Hello, Kansas City and KUAW listeners. This is Professor Smooth Jazz from the KUAW Smooth Jazz Radio Show. You can catch me every Thursday, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m., 9 p.m. to 10 p.m., and Friday, 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. Today, we are with contemporary jazz gospel pianist for a KUAW interview, Robert Crawford. Robert, how are you doing today? Thank you for taking the time to let us interview you.
I'm great. Thanks for having me, Rick.
And so I'm looking here at checked your web page saying you were born. Let's see here. Arkansas,
19.
yes, Arkansas. Okay, Arkansas. How could I forget that? I only been to Arkansas a couple of times, and driving up in those mountains there, boy, I'm telling you, I was like, well, I better stay alert.
Really, especially at nighttime.
I said if I ever go there, I better make sure I got plenty sleep.
Especially at nighttime.
Yeah, definitely. I think we went there from the Ozarks or something like that. So you grew up, you grew up there your entire life.
No, I left there when I was 4 years old, and I've been in Cleveland, Ohio ever since.
Oh, okay. You've been in Cleveland. Oh, yeah, that's right. Because I'm going to ask you something about the Indians. I do remember. I did take that note. Because you wrote down here in order. What was that? God, family, music, and sports.
That's
And then you
right.
wrote
That's
something
right.
down there about the Indians and the tribe and the Browns.
The Browns, the Indians, and the Cavs.
Yeah, and the Cavs. So, hey, but Robert, so I think I had before. I got some music from your promoter, Adam. I had a I had a couple of no, I had a CD of yours before that because I know I looked. I said, "Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember you. Yeah, yeah." And so, when did you start your music career? And uh, did you always want to play instruments?
I started playing in high school. I started playing trumpet at first, but
Okay.
I had to sit out a year because they didn't have any instruments for me to play.
Hmm.
So I came home one day from school and my brother was playing piano and he was really playing it. So I was like, I want to do that. And I started probably around when I was 18 years old, something in there.
So you grew up in a musical family?
Well, all my brother, well, I have two older brothers and they
Hmm.
played and we had a little group. You know how we do it. We had a family group. We played the
Okay.
instruments and the other people sang.
Okay. Now, so did this? I know you played. It says you played in what, high school, in junior
Yes,
high. That's when you
yes,
started. So did you also? What about in church? Did you also?
all the time. Church is what I'm about.
Okay. Yeah, that was another place you could really showcase your talents.
Well, I mean, that's how you do it. That's where you learn. Church musicians make the best.
Yeah, yeah, and it's if they find that's like at our church, some of the little young fellas, man, as soon as they find out they know how to play, hey, let's put them up there, man.
Yeah.
So were you nervous? What your first experience? What age were you playing it? Did you get a chance to play it to showcase your talents in church?
Well, I probably didn't start playing in church till maybe around 23, 24, something
Okay.
in there.
Mm-hmm.
Because I really
Okay.
wasn't that
Now,
good.
how did you get to the contemporary jazz, or what did you start out playing when you first started?
Well, like you said, I started in church, but after a little while, I started playing in clubs, started doing jazz in clubs.
Hmm. So where'd you get the jazz influence?
Well, I played with a saxophone player and he needed a keyboard player. So they were doing jazz and we started making money doing jazz. So that's
Hmm.
where I got it.
Hmm. Now, where'd you meet the saxophone player? Did y'all grow up together or something like that? Or?
No, we didn't really grow up together. I went to a club one day and he was playing, and the band he was playing with, they really sounded good. So after they finished their set, I went and said, "Man, I want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I want how can I do it?" So
Mm-hmm.
it just worked out that way that one day he needed a keyboard player, and I was right there waiting.
Mm-hmm. Now, were you what you call uh, a musician that kind of pick up the music as you hear it, or were the lessons that kind of brought you along?
Well, I play piano by ear. I read music. I read music, but I learned how to read music, and my theory was through playing trumpet.
Mm-hmm.
And they're in two different keys. Trumpet is in B flat, and
Oh, okay.
piano is in the key of C.
Okay. Oh, okay. Now I see that you started touring with Gerald Levert and Eddie. Is his father Eddie?
Well, we were all on tour together, and they're with the OJs. Their keyboard player, their utility keyboard player, was having a baby, so I had to step in while we were on tour. We were on tour for like 3 months, and it was the OJs, Gerald Levert, and the Whispers.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you playing with the man. A lot of people in Kansas City, Gerald Albright and the Whisperers, man. I remember seeing them at the concerts here.
Yeah,
So, and man, Mr. Walker, he has a R&B, old school R&B show. Scatter, yeah, that's the Scatter DJ Scatter. See, so man, he has the whispers going on. Sometimes when I'm in the studio, man, he got the whispers and the OJs going on.
that's music. That's music.
Okay, so well, tell us about your first CD project. Because that now was that jazz your first CD? It was because I don't remember. It was called "Don't Stop." Was that the first one?
No, that's my current CD right now.
Oh, no, that's your current. Okay, yeah, your current and your first was "Hands to Head to Hearts." Hit. That's right.
Right. From Hands to Hearts. That was my first CD in about 2008. And I was learning the trade and I was going through some things in my life. So that CD, I'm proud of it and everything, but I don't think that was my best work because I had to complete it before I really was really finished completing it. But then in 2017, I made Almost Home, and that was a real come up.
Yeah, and actually, that's the one that I remember spinning some tunes from because I had looked in the computer and said, "Oh yeah, I remember." I said, "Robert Crawford seemed like I remember that name," and I went to check. Yeah, because so how did you meet Adam?
Well, I was looking for a promoter, and another guy from Cleveland was using Adam. So I gave Adam a call, and we've been like that ever since.
Oh, okay, yes. Now let's talk about that new project. With the That's the one, "Don't Stop." And so your single that you have is was back was it back from the 80s or something?
Back
So,
to
so
the 80s, yes.
yeah, so tell me how that came about.
What, the CD or the single?
The single
Well,
and the title.
the title is like I use drum machines or whatever, and the title on the drum machine was Back to the 80s. So I just
Mm-hmm.
said, we'll name the song Back to the 80s.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, I graduated in 72, so I have a lot of music listening experiences and influences because man, there was and on a black radio station, we didn't have a lot of black radio stations. So they played all types of music. The jazz, they had to play everything because we just didn't have a jazz station. We, just wasn't an R&B station, just wasn't a gospel station. We had a gospel station, but still they had to play all the, if you wanted to hear your black music, you listen to that radio station and you catch everything. And even on Sundays, they'd have a church gospel. music going.
Hmm. Yeah, that's the way it is here right now. We don't even have a jazz station anymore.
Hmm. Now, and this current CD is available on all digital outlets.
Yes, it is. Any one of them, Spotify, you know, CD Baby, DistroKid, wherever you go,
Hmm.
Amazon, wherever you can buy digital music.
Okay. And I see here that besides your musical career in Cleveland, Ohio, you're minister of music at Mount Haven Baptist Church. You and your wife, you lead the praise and worship service.
Well, we've moved on from that, but I am the minister of music at a church called Central Bible Baptist Church,
Okay.
and me and my wife, we like to do it together.
Okay. Yeah. So
I play and
Mr.
she
Walker
sings.
here, Mr. Walker here. He's a deacon and does a lot of things at his church. Now me, I'm just a Sunday school teacher and just drive the church bus. That's all I do. Man.
Well, that's great. That's great. We need it all.
Man, I'm trying to remember. I've been driving. Let's see, I just turned 67. Well, I didn't drive, because of the COVID, not driving this last year. But I think I started driving when I was 30. No, 28. Yeah, I've been a bus driver
Wow.
since I've been 28. I think I started teaching Sunday school around 32. So well, 30 something years, huh?
All of that in the same place?
Yes, sir. Metropolitan
Wow.
Missionary Baptist Church.
They are really blessed to have you.
Yeah, yeah. So now you still have the same sax player you currently playing with in your band, Russell Thompson,
Right. That's the only sax player I use. He just
the
as
only
good as
sax.
all of them. Gerald Albright, Boney James, you name it. Russell Thompson
Hmm.
can go with him toe to toe.
Okay, so where'd you happen to meet Russell at?
That's where I met him at. I met him at a club.
Okay, the club. Okay. Oh, that's the same one same one you still be playing
Oh
with.
yeah,
Oh,
we've been
okay,
together for about
okay.
33 years. Something in there.
Hmm. Now, yeah, and I took a note of this about this order. It says God, family, music, and sports. Now, let me tell you about my little story about the Indians. Now, it was when it had to be near the 90s or 80s. Well, what happened was I used to collect baseball cards, right?
Right.
So most people, and so I remember Albert Bell was on the team, but his real name, see, his name was Joey Bell, but he
You
changed
better
it
not
to
call him
Albert.
that though. You better not
But he
call him that
changed,
unless you want to get in some trouble.
yes, yeah. So he changed it. He had a little trouble, so he changed it to Albert Bell. But I knew because when I when I went to go get a baseball card, nobody knew who I was talking about. So I kind of looked at this card and that I had or something, and I said, "Oh, he changed his name. Oh, that's what it is." But what happened? I was telling these guys about the Cleveland Indians. Man, they're gonna win the World Series, and they were just, man, you don't know what you're talking about. I was naming all the players, but I think what happened there was a boating accident, and three of their starting pitchers did they
Yeah.
all? I think that did they all get
They
uh,
all they all died.
lost
Yes.
their life or something like that.
Yes. Yes.
So then I was telling them, I'm saying, but next year, watch next year. And then they just, oh man, you don't know what you're talking about. So what was it? The year after that, or they went to the playoffs and they didn't they win the world?
We didn't win a World Series
You,
yet,
you went to the playoffs, right?
but we went to the playoffs. We've been to the World Series too.
Oh yeah, yeah. You went to the yeah. That's right. Well, so it was. Oh man, how'd you know that? They were.
Yeah. And the Browns are looking pretty good this year.
Yeah, I know, because that's what was worrying me. I said, man, they picked up some. They picked up some. Their defense picked up.
Oh yeah. Now I,
Yeah,
I
so
know you watched that Kansas City playoff game with the Browns, right?
yeah. That's why I was getting kind of worried. I said, man, we used to just kind of, while we going to Cleveland, we ain't got nothing to worry about. I said, man, they start picking up some players.
We should have beat y'all last year. We should have beat y'all. Y'all
Man,
didn't
Mr.
help us to
Mr.
hell, but
Mr.
you hit
Mr.
the button.
Walker.
We didn't see it like that.
I said, now, Mr. Walker, he done tuned us out. Now you talking about beating the Chiefs now. He said, "Oh no, we don't want to talk about. I got something else to do here while they talk. Oh, man, you can't be talking about beating the Chiefs. This is Chiefs country around here."
Well, we opening up against the Chiefs. That's our first game this week.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because they was telling me that talking about the ticket prices, and so and I'm in the Kansas City area, so Mr. Walker said, "Oh yeah, yeah, you get to be get the first choice." But they told me, they said, "Oh yeah," some people at work were telling me about, "Oh man, you know how much tickets cost for the opening game," and they said they going too.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
so yeah, so tell me about this new CD you got going here, and what else can we expect from after your hot new single there?
Well, I really like this whole CD. I think that is a needle dropper. You know, I might be a little bit biased, but I don't know what Adam has planned for me next, which single he wants to do next. But
Mhm,
like I said, I think all of the songs are pretty listenable too. You can listen to pretty much everything.
mhm. So where do you, when you go into the studio, are you starting to uh, select and figure out what you're gonna write, what the music's gonna sound like? So what all goes into this?
Well, I never really try to write a song,
Hmm.
but whenever I say that I'm gonna do an album or whatever, the music just comes to me. Sometimes I'm at church and I hear something, in between preaching or whatever, something to come to me. I get a
Hmm.
drum beat in my head and then I put a melody to the drum beat. But for me, it all starts with the drum beat.
Hmm.
I go from there. Once I get the drum beat, I'm good.
Okay. And so this CD, is it already available?
Not the
Or are
whole
you still
CD
working?
yet.
I'm
No,
sorry.
I'm finished with the CD right now, but
Okay.
right now Adam just wants to do singles for right now.
Hmm.
So I don't know what the next single will be,
Hmm.
but the CD is done.
Okay. Okay.
If
And
you
so
want the
when was
copy,
that?
I can send it to you.
Okay. And so when was that release available?
Well, I don't know yet. I don't know.
Oh,
I'm
okay. No,
still
I'm talking about. Oh, you said this. Oh, the CD's done, but you haven't. I was just saying if you go to Amazon or something, could you?
right, right. No, it's not available like that yet.
Okay.
But like I said, I can get it to you.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, but you don't have what do you call a projected date where you say, well, this is going to be
Right,
available.
right, right.
Oh, okay.
I
Okay.
leave that up to the promoters.
Okay. And so how long? Usually, how long does it take you to complete all your selections? Like the CD you had before this one, was it Almost Home? Was that it? Was that the one?
Right, it was almost
Yeah.
home.
Yeah.
I started that one. I was done. I started in 2016, maybe around June, and I was
Mm-hmm.
done. It was out in 2017. This one right here, I was loving Almost Home so much. I got caught up into listening to Almost Home, but I started this one maybe around 2019, and then we had COVID, and I was pretty much done with it. COVID just gave me a lot of time to write.
Mm-hmm.
So I was finished real soon after the COVID. After March, I'd say maybe around May, I was done.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It usually, I would say, it take a good maybe 9 months to do, a whole
Mm-hmm.
CD.
Mm-hmm. So how's COVID affected your music career? Had you plan on doing touring and things?
Man, COVID, it really slowed everything down. It's opening back up right now. So when it opens up, we'll see. Right now, club owners and promoters or whatever, they're really scared because, you know, they can only have so many people in a venue or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, things are opening back up. So I'm just hoping for the best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It appears that there's a lot of new music, great new music coming out. So I don't know if it's because everybody's kind of sheltered in, maybe spending more time in the studio. But man, I mean, it's just for my playlist. A lot of times on my morning show, let's see, it's Friday, which will be tomorrow morning. Man, I usually do 25 to 26 selections, and usually I can't play all of them. I have to wait till the next week because man, I have so much new music, and I'm not talking about one before, maybe one or two selections. I just oh man, I'm talking. Sometimes I got five, six, seven, eight selections that I can't get in on the 2 hour time that I have. So I have to wait until the next week, and it's looks like it kind of slowed down a little. But man, right after January, man, it just, whew, I'm telling you.
I really believe it's due to COVID because what else did we have to do, man? Wake up, go to sleep, eat, watch TV, do music,
Mhm,
go to sleep.
mhm.
It's like Groundhog Day, kept doing the same thing every day,
Oh yeah,
over and over.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, you got my prayers and everything, and well, I haven't. I usually would go to the venues, take pictures with the artists, things like that. Man, I haven't been. My camera probably need batteries in it. I haven't used it in such a long time.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Everything was dry. It's
Mm,
opening up again though.
yeah. And then, how do you feel about even though when it does open up, and being a Christian and having faith in Jesus, knowing that God's in control of everything, but you still have to follow guidelines
Yeah,
and watch for your own self and your health. I mean, our bodies are nothing's guaranteed. We're human, and our bodies are susceptible, and so we still have to take precautions. You can pray, yeah, we pray, but we still doctors are there for to help us, to help us stay healthy, and we gotta uh, eat right and try to get our rest, and because our this is a vessel, our bodies.
well, I still will be wearing my mask.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I said maybe I think I need to go get some more because I just started my little. I'm semi-retired, so after school program. So I was thinking. I said, man, I have to. I went to the store and I was like, man, they don't. They kind of out of mass. I'm gonna have to come back again because I want to keep plenty on hand. And then I try to keep some in my bag, keep one in the car, because just in case I forget.
I carry them in all my cars, everything, man.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not going in a venue without it.
Yeah, yeah. Because sometimes I have it sitting, I'll set right near the door, and I'll say, "Man, where's my mask?" I said, "Oh, now since I have to get in my reserve, I got to make sure I replace it."
That's right. I got a lot of them too.
Yeah, yeah. So it's almost like, "Don't go home." What was that commercial? "Don't go home without it." That card or something like that. I can't remember insurance or whatever it was.
Right. It's like don't leave home without it.
Yeah, don't leave home without it, just in case. And have
Right.
a couple of extra ones on hand.
That's right.
So, is there any other thing that you would like to tell the listening audience? And then I want you to leave your info where they can look and see where you can be reached or any new news or information for your websites.
Well, I want to thank you guys for having me. I want to thank you for playing my music. Hope
Hmm.
you like it. And I want to thank everybody that's with KUAW that was a part of this interview. All the listeners for listening in, for calling in. Support jazz music, support music because that's what it's all about. You can reach me at Robert Crawford Music. That's my Instagram, or you can go to my website, keyedupproductions.com. I'm easy to reach. All my info is on both of them.
Okay, well, thank you for taking the time out. Man, I know how sometimes we started out a little earlier and we trying to make sure we make the connections and everything.
That's
So,
right.
prayers for you and your family. But when that game starts, whenever it starts, I'll be praying for the Chiefs to win.
Well, I'm gonna be thinking about you, Rick, when it happens, because I think we got something for you guys this year.
All right. Well, thanks again, and you take it easy and prayers.
Same to
Looking
you,
forward to
man.
that. Looking forward to whenever when you release that CD and everything too.
Thank you, man. I really
And
appreciate you
and,
for
and I'm gonna have to
putting
thank
your time
Adam
into
for
this.
help. Thanking Adam for helping me set everything up, get everything, you
I appreciate you.
going. All right.
Thank you
Bye
so
bye.
much. Okay.
Okay.
Bye bye.